Picture this. You're new to trading, filled with excitement and dreams of financial freedom. You've studied charts, mastered indicators, and you're convinced you've cracked the code. Your first few trades, they're wins. The market feels like your playground and you're unstoppable. But then it happens. One loss, then two, then three in a row. Your heart sinks. You double check your analysis, wondering, I did everything right, so why am I losing? And then the nightmare begins. A losing streak stretches to 5, 7, even 10 trades. The market doesn't care about your perfect setup or your confidence. Your account is bleeding, and worse, your confidence is crumbling. You're not just losing money, you're losing the will to keep going. I've been there. I know that gut-wrenching feeling. And if you're watching this, chances are you've felt it too, or you're terrified it's coming. But here's the truth. Trading isn't about avoiding losses. It's about surviving them. And the key to survival? It's not a fancy indicator or a secret strategy. It's something simpler, yet more powerful: capital allocation. Today, we're diving deep into a journey to uncover why managing your capital is your lifeline in trading. I'll share my own story of nearly losing it all, show you how to apply the 1-2% rule to stay in the game, and reveal the secret to thriving in this brutal market, even after 10 consecutive losses. Are you ready to change the way you trade? When I started trading, I thought it was all about being smart. I spent hours studying candlesticks, memorizing patterns, and chasing the perfect setup. I believed that if I analyzed correctly, I'd win every time. But the market? It doesn't care how smart you are. It doesn't care about your hours of preparation. Trading is a game of probabilities, and losing streaks are inevitable. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you have a $10,000 account. You're confident, so you risk 10%, that's $1,000, on a single trade. You lose. No big deal, right? You try again. Another loss, then another. After just 5 losses, your account is cut in half, down to $5,000. To get back to $10,000, you now need a 100% return. That's not just hard, it's a psychological mountain to climb. Now, let's rewind. Same 10,000 account, but this time you risk only 1% per trade, $100. You lose 10 trades in a row. Your total loss, just $1,000. You still have $9,000, 90% of your capital, and your confidence is intact. You're still in the game, ready to fight another day. This is why capital allocation is a matter of life and death for traders. Trading isn't a sprint, it's a marathon that lasts years. You can't win by throwing everything into one trade, driven by confidence or desperation. You need to protect your capital, your energy, and your sanity. Because here's the truth. The market will test you. It will humble you. And if you don't have a plan to manage risk, it will crush you before you ever see success. Let me take you back to my first year of trading. I was cocky, thinking I'd cracked the code. My account was $3,000, and I was ready to conquer the market. But then came a losing streak, 7 trades in a row. Each loss stung more than the last. I kept telling myself, the next one will be a win. I'll make it back. And then I made the biggest mistake of all. I increased my trade size. I doubled, then tripled my positions, desperate to recover. In just 2 days, my account plummeted from 3,000 to under 2,200. I felt like someone had ripped the air out of my lungs. I was ashamed, angry, and doubting everything I thought I knew. But that moment was a turning point. I stopped trading, sat down, and faced the truth. I wasn't trading to build wealth. I was gambling. So, I made a promise to myself. Never again. I created a strict capital allocation plan. Every trade would risk no more than 1% of my account. Even if I lost 10 trades in a row, I'd still have enough to keep going. No emotions, no exceptions. That decision saved me. I didn't need to win big. I just needed to survive. And slowly, trade by trade, I rebuilt my account and my confidence. That's what I want for you. I want you to avoid the pain I went through. Because trading isn't about being a genius. It's about being disciplined. It's about surviving the worst days so you can thrive on the best ones. So, how do you allocate capital to survive those brutal losing streaks? Let's break it down, step by step, with a real-world example. The golden rule of professional traders is this: risk 1 to 2% of your account per trade. If you have a $10,000 account, that's $100, $200 per trade. If you have a $1,000 account, it's $10, $20. This keeps your losses small and your account resilient. Here's how it works in practice. Let's say you're trading gold against the US dollar. Gold is at $3,370 and you predict it'll rise. You set your stop loss at $3,350, $20 below your entry. You've decided to risk 1% of your $10,000 account, which is $100. To calculate your trade size, divide your risk, $100, by the stop loss distance, $20. That's 120.05. So you trade 5 mini lots or 50 micro lots for gold. It's a simple, logical calculation, no guesswork, no emotions. Now imagine the trade goes against you. Unexpected news hits and gold drops, triggering your stop loss. You lose $100, 1% of your account. You analyze again, enter another trade, and lose again. 2 losses in a row. Your confidence shakes, but because you risked only 1%, your account is still at $9,800. You're still in control. Compare that to risking 5% per trade. 2 losses cost you 10%, $1,000. 5 losses cost you 25%. 10 losses, your account is nearly gone, and so is your hope. Here's the key. Small risks protect your capital and your mindset. When you know each trade only risks a tiny fraction of your account, you trade with clarity. You stick to your system. You don't panic or overtrade. And even after 10 losses, you're still standing, ready for the next opportunity. Let's talk about the real battle in trading: your mind. When you lose 1 trade, it stings. When you lose 3, you doubt yourself. When you lose 10, it feels like the market is out to get you. But here's the secret: a losing streak doesn't define you. Trading is a game of probabilities, and even the best traders face losses. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit? Discipline and resilience. When you risk only 1 to 2% per trade, each loss is just a scratch, not a knockout blow. You can lose 10 trades and still have 90% of your capital. You can sit down, review your journal, tweak your strategy, and wait for the market to turn in your favor. But if you risk too much, say 5% or 10% per trade, a few losses can wipe you out. And it's not just your account that suffers, it's your confidence, your clarity, your belief in yourself. I've seen traders burn through $10,000 accounts in a single afternoon, chasing losses by doubling their positions. I asked one friend, "Are you trading to build wealth, or are you gambling?" He had no answer. Don't let that be you. Treat each trade like a brick in a castle. No single brick is critical, but each one builds your foundation. The market doesn't care about your dreams or your intelligence. It rewards those who protect their capital, control their risks, and embrace losses as part of the journey. So ask yourself, are you ready to face 10 losses in a row? Have you built a capital allocation plan to weather the storm? If not, now is the time. Because one bad day without a plan can erase everything you've worked for. Trading is a lonely, fierce journey. It tests your patience, your discipline, your heart. But you're not alone. Every trader, including me, has faced those dark moments when losses pile up and doubt creeps in. What keeps us going? The knowledge that trading isn't about winning every trade, it's about surviving long enough to win the war. Capital allocation is your lifeline. Risk 1 to 2% per trade, calculate your position sizes carefully, and stay disciplined, no matter how tough it gets. If you lose 10 trades in a row, you'll still have 90% of your capital. You'll still have the strength to fight, the clarity to analyze, and the hope to succeed. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this: capital allocation isn't about limiting your wins. It's about ensuring your survival. Every day you stay in the market is a step closer to your goals. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and join our community. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into building a personalized capital management plan, recovering from losses, and forging a mindset of steel. Let's walk this path together, slowly, steadily, and sustainably. I'll see you in the next one. Keep trading, keep learning, and keep surviving. The best is yet to come.